Hey guys, James Martinez here from All Things Digital, and in today's video I wanted to discuss with you guys something that I see very often in like client accounts when I go into their hosting accounts or whatnot, and it's a question that comes up pretty often, so I figured why not have a video discussing it. So a lot of my clients will ask me, how many domains should I get? Should I buy all the domain extensions for my brand? Now, a domain extension is your .com, your .net, your .biz, your .org, whatever. Those are all called domain extensions. And the answer to that question is you should only buy as many domains as you need, okay? And then it comes, okay, well, why people typically do this, okay? So the reason why I'm even doing this video is I was in a client's account the other day, and he's moving to my hosting with a website that I developed for him. And so I logged into his account to see what things I needed to move from there to my accounts, right? And I saw all these domains, and I said, hey, what's going on with all these domains? Or they don't seem to be pointing to any websites or whatnot. And he goes, yeah, I don't want anybody else, buying my brand name and then trying to utilize it, okay? And it's a valid point, it's a valid concern. But for a small business owner to be spending, $200 to $300 a year on domains that he doesn't need, that money over the past 10 years, that 2 or 3 grand could have been much better suited going into advertising or SEO or copywriting on his website, right? Content marketing. So, when it comes to how many domains you should only have as many domains as you need. Now, if you're a bigger brand, right, now it makes sense for like Nike to own, Mike.com or something like that, right? Because it's a drop in the bucket for them, so they can capitalize off of a misspelling, and they can utilize that, and whatever. Probably the money's not so important, but for a smaller business, smaller businesses that I work with, every dollar counts. So you want to make sure you're getting a great return on your investment, and buying 20 or 30 domains that you're never going to use is just not going to really, I don't think it's necessarily protecting you from much, and it's also not benefiting you in any way, So, the other thing to consider is now you have your website, and your website has, probably dozens of backlinks from local citation sites, right? Which if you don't, get in touch, I could help you with that. Citations are basically, links from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 other directory sites that all link to your website, and it helps you SEO-wise. It establishes your brand and your name, address, phone number being out on all those other sites, okay? So you have your brand established, your website established on those sites. You also have your website established on social media, okay? So you have Facebook, you have Yelp, you have, maybe you have also, things like Angie's List or Home Advisor. You have all of these sites also pointing to your .com as well. So that just takes your .com and puts it here, whereas all those domains that have just no value, they're not even on the map. You know what I mean? They're just completely worthless, okay? So, you have citations pointing to your website, you have social media pointing to your website, and then you also have reviews, right? You have your reviews on your social media that probably all link back to your site, and also your reviews on, your Google business listing, your reviews on, again, the Angie's List, the Home Advisor, Facebook, etc. But having all those reviews pointing back to your website, it just builds the credibility of your website and makes it that, that's why you can, you can safely say, I'm confident I don't need 10 different variations of my brand name and different extensions, because if anybody searches for my brand name, I've established my website as the home for that brand name. So people are going to find it. The only thing I would say is make sure you keep your primary domain, okay? So, one of my friends, his domain, he let it expire, and someone else capitalized on all of the SEO efforts he has. So now when you search for his brand, we just did a new website a few months ago, and when you search for this guy's brand name, this other website comes up, and it's a guy trying to make money capitalizing off of his brand name, okay? So, he's utilizing this guy's brand name and persona, so to say, and capitalizing off it. Now, and this is another example, don't let your primary domain expire. But I'll tell you one thing, if it does happen, which in this case it did happen, okay? Initially when we launched the new website, the new website was on page 4 or 5 or Google. Okay, so I recently just took a peek. We've done very, very little, to be honest with you. We kind of just set the site up, and I did some core stuff. But now, a few months later, he's already on page 1 of Google for his brand name. Okay, and that's without work. Okay, so and the reason why I'm pointing that out is because eventually the SEO that other person took advantage of on his old domain, it's starting to wear off, because now when someone searches for this guy's brand name now, and now that this guy's social media is pointing to this new domain, and he's on podcasts and shows, and he's talking about this new domain. So now the search engines are recognizing, oh, well, that's not the home of that brand anymore. Now it's this website, okay? So he's slowly coming back up, and if we did a little bit of work, I'm positive we would have got back that first spot within probably a month or so, But the thing is that the point I'm trying to make is that even if you lose your main domain, you can still establish back that credibility and win back that credibility and all that stuff. And then there's all sorts of sneaky stuff you could do with other expired domains to help your website get better. But the point of this video is, you don't need 15, 20 different .coms that you're not ever going to use, okay? I buy vanity URLs. Like, I'll buy a .com. I just bought a .com for a free Facebook ads course that I'm launching, okay? And the reason why I bought this .com is because it's whatever, it's $15, but it's much easier to remember than where the course is living. Okay, the course is living on my website. It's a subdomain. It's a very, very long URL because it's a subdomain of my website. And so I didn't want to have to tell people, go to blah 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 dot blah 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 dot blah 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 dot atdny.com. I just wanted to tell them, go to blank.com, and it forwards them, okay? So that's when you can use those other domains for quick temporary things, or just an easy to remember URL, but you don't need 50 or 20 of them, okay? So the answer to the question, how many domain extensions should I buy, is only as many as you need, okay? Hopefully that's useful to you guys. If you want some more tips, please visit my website, atdny.com. I got a ton of videos on there. I got a ton of free digital marketing strategy checklists for you to download, and I hope this video was useful to you. If it was, please like, comment, share wherever you're seeing it, and otherwise visit my website if you need more tips and info. Thanks for your time, and stay safe.